Hi everyone, I'm Rafa and this is Chris. Thanks everyone for attending. So Here Connect actually was an idea that we came up with about 5 years ago, but the timing was wrong. Actually, it was about connecting objects and Internet of Things and how you can grab additional information and how objects relate to each other. However, there was no good data connectivity, NFC was not kicking in, not enough pictures, not enough APIs available, so the timing was not right. But now, it is actually the time to be able to do the Internet of Things. People are aware of checking into places, to restaurants, etc. So we're extending that and actually making it available to have check-ins to objects and have additional information. It's not just grabbing data about the object itself, like for example how much it costs or the basic description, but more around who is actually using the object and which actions you can perform on it. So for example, it could be that I have my watch, I just bought it recently, I'm really proud of it, and I want to share with my friends or what they think about it. It could be with a laptop, it could be with my shoes. So it's how I'm using my day-to-day objects and how they relate to each other. And later on, once we have that information, is how we can obtain recommendation engine about what additional actions I can perform and what other people are doing. If it's, for example, with a bike, I can see that 10 people are just racing right now. I want to join them. If it's with my laptop, how many people actually are using that laptop and how many people are working versus watching a video versus something else. I could really apply to anything, from retail to restaurants to any day objects. So it's really a powerful, very powerful infrastructure machine. So I would like to show you a little bit of what we've done. Well, we set it up. Just a couple of more comments around it. Mainly, in order for something to succeed, really, it has to pair with its timing. How information technology evolves, how technology itself evolves, and it's really exponential. So whenever we create something, it has to be included whenever it is feasible, not at the peak of adoption. And by working with Kurzweil, with Ray Kurzweil, actually I realized that in order to have something that actually succeeds, you have to really predict how technology evolves and when you have to release it. So again, this is the exact correct timing because there is no peak of adoption yet for NFC or anything else, but you already have bridging technology about codes, QR, and whenever we're going to finish the product is going to be the peak of adoption, so it's going to be the perfect timing around it.
So for our first demo, picture yourself walking down a mall, any mall. You're looking for a jacket because winter's coming and my God, you need one. You find something that you like. This looks okay. I mean, I might wear it, maybe. Try it on. You notice you have your Near Connected tag on. So what are you going to do? Well, might as well scan it and see what happens. So what the app will show you is we'll go pull an image from the UPC database and show you a list of actions that you can perform on that item. And it's very specialized to that particular item. And that's important because even down to the sorting of the actions, the top ones tend to be the most popular. So, so really what this is about is figuring out what kind of actions you want to perform and sharing it with the world, but also getting the data behind those actions, how often they're done, how often they're performed, and yeah, exactly what they are. I mean, if you, for example, wanted to add a new object, you could do that as well. Sorry, a new action, you could perform that as well. So I'm going to say, all right, well, I like this. I'm going to buy it and I'm going to wear it out. And I'll check in. And then it tells me I've earned 2 points. I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm like, oh great, I've done so little and yet I already have some rewards. And later on you can go and add a snapshot to it with your camera. But let's share it to my profiles. And you can instantaneously post it to your Facebook. We are sort of working the kinks out between pushing direct messages to people who are following you for particular categories of items. So that's another thing that we've been working on. So you're good. You've sort of sorted for the winner. But let's say you're trying to get some sneakers, or rather, you have your sneakers. You want to go for a run. What do? You have their sneakers in your house. You scan them at one point. And seeing as you've already bought it, that's the completed action. You can have follow-up actions with this item. It's sort of the relationship you have with it changes over time, and now you can see sort of what other people are doing with this item around you, which then might sort of give you an idea of what you might want to do in the near future. So yeah, I'm going to go for a run, and I might go for a race as well while I'm at it. And check in and share, just like before. And this is a whole new set of actions that I'm performing with what could have been the same item. Again, the premise being, I want to accumulate as much data about myself, the objects around me, and how I use them, to better inform the actions and decisions I make in the future. Once again, I think the important value prop for us is being able to provide the contextual and predictive analysis that will eventually allow us to, for example, once I'm finished with my run, be able to suggest to me perhaps I should have a bottle of water or two. So, yeah.
Let me give you a couple more comments.
Yeah.
A couple more things, I don't know whether you noticed, but maybe each action had associated a number of people that actually were performing that action. So you can see good analytics about what people are interested about, and it would be related about the specific time of the day of the week, potentially the location, and also has some gamification aspect about it. Because you may be asking, why would people may want to just check in to objects? So the initial part is really just for fun. People are going to have fun, they're already doing it for Foursquare and many other places. So it's very useful to just compete with your friends, you can see what they're doing. So the gamification aspect is really allowing you to engage with the system. Besides that, it really becomes powerful once many people start using it, really becomes a recommendation engine. You want to see how many actions you have, what related actions are going to perform. So if you have already bought an iPhone, let's say, and you check into it, and other people have also purchased the iPhone but checked into earphones, you may have the recommendation about, see, you checked into this, you also will get this additional benefit. And it could really span across any system, any product, any item, etc. So I think it's really powerful.
Thanks.
So,
how do I get, so you guys have how are those fields being filled? So let's say I wanted to say, I like the shoe thing totally got. So I'm like, all right, I get the part where I scan my shoe, and let's say, for instance, it might say, hey, go for a run along the river here. It actually could really say a lot of things about what you might use the product for, very specifically based on your location. How do I get my run into it? Let's say I wanted to say, okay, I wanted to run, I've got a Runkeeper, I'm gonna tag it. How does that end up being? So I get the part where I choose, but how do those things get in there?
sure. So actually, it would be able to. I'm sorry.
Does that make any sense?
Definitely. Actually, it would be able to implement callbacks, integrate with other applications, in that similar to in Foursquare you have what is called the the Foursquare connected apps. They actually post content inside the application. By having callbacks, you can integrate with any application, grabs the content, and push it back inside your application. So you can really connect in multiple ways. That may be just one of them.